Okay, now we'll share the screen. In last class, we had a discussion on School of Management Thoughts, which is in Unit 1. And also we spoke about this person, F.W. Teller, Frederick Winslow Teller, F.W. Teller, known as F.W. Teller popularly. He born on 1856 and died on 1915. He was known as the father of scientific management. What we'll read? There are three things. Classical approach, then any drawbacks of classical approach that gave a birth of neoclassical approach. There are two things. Then modern approach. In total, three approaches. So you are seeing in the screen the top school of management. What are the different schools, different thoughts, different approach of management, scientific management approach, management process school, human relations school, system approach school, decision theory school, mathematical quantitative school, contingency approach. These are the different thoughts, different approach, different outcome of different research from different psychologists. We read one by one, and all these things are divided into three things: classical, neoclassical, and modern. Classical approach, what we are discussing now, similar to scientific approach, same as scientific approach. Now, what are the elements, what are the research outcome of scientific approach we will study? Then that is nothing but classical approach, and what is the drawback, why neoclassical approach came into picture, that we'll study. Then we'll see the modern approach. So with that, three things will cover all these management school thoughts. What you are seeing in the screen, total 7 to 8 thoughts, approach. First thing you should know about F.W. Teller, who is the father of scientific management. In the next slide, it's given F.W. Teller, born on March 20th, 1856, and died on March 21st, 1915. Commonly known as father of scientific management, started his career as an operator. He joined as a small worker in a small company. he ଗୋଟେ ଅପରେଟର ଭାବେ ଜଏନ୍ କରିଥିଲେ, ତାପରେ ରିଟାୟାର୍ଡ କଲା ବେଳେ ଚିଫ୍ ଇଞ୍ଜିନିୟର ପୋଜିସନରୁ ରିଟାୟାର୍ଡ କଲେ. Started his career as an operator and rose to the position of chief engineer. That means during his work, he has studied, he has done a lot of research, he has done higher study, he passed the engineering, a lot of things he did in this career. He conducted various experiments during his process, which forms the basis of scientific management. Now, what I was telling, this outcome, why he is known as the father of scientific management, these are not the research of one day, 2 days. Years together, they have done some research, they have conducted different study, approach, and seen the human psychology part and industry part, owners part, all these things. So that became the principles and outcome of their research. So we'll study few points, all the important points, what he gave as part of scientific approach, what are his principles, what is the outcome of his research, we'll study. According to Teller, scientific management is an art of knowing exactly what you want your men to do. That means તમારે ଗୋଟେ કામ କରିବାର ଅଛି તમે କାହା ଦ୍ୱାରା କାମ କରିବ କେମିତି କରିବ କିଏ କାମ କରିବେ କେତେ ସମୟ କାମ କରିବେ ସବୁ ପ୍ଲାନ୍ କରିକି you know very well କାମଟା କ'ଣ କିଏ କରିବେ କ'ଣ କରିବେ that means that is the scientific management. He has done the research and the findings are the person who is conducting the work is aware of everything, who has done the work, why the work is conducted, how much time it will take, when to start, when to finish, everything. And how you will conduct, what is the best way, what is the cheapest way, what is the cost of this work, everything you should know. In Taylor's view, if a work is analyzed scientifically, it will be possible to find one best way to do it. So you have to analyze the work scientifically. That is the Taylor's way. Hence, scientific management is a thoughtful, organized, dual approach towards the job management. Against it's or base out the thumb. That means what? So whatever you are doing, the work you are planning thoughtfully, you are making a wise decision, you are organizing what needs to do, what is something not in the scope. So you are organizing and you are making the work. And this is what they said. According to him, scientific management is an art knowing exactly what you are looking, what you want to do, your man, your person, whatever your worker, what exactly you want to do by them. So that is scientific management. What are the principles? Develop a scientific science for each element of work. That means, suppose there is a big work, so you are breaking it down in small pieces and you are analyzing each work. You are making a scientific approach of each pieces, each element of work. You are analyzing. Time and motion study. Element. I will give an example for time and motion study. So, how you will avoid the unnecessary time. Suppose tomorrow a business and you have the business in Cuttack, Bhubaneswar, Paradeep, Sambalpur, Baleshwar. So you have to pass the information to all these people. તમે ସବୁଆଡେ ଯାଇକି information pass କରିବା ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ସବୁ ଆଟମକୁ meeting କରିକି is a costly affair and also it's time taking. ତମକୁ ଯିବାକୁ ପଡିବ ସବୁ ଜାଗାକୁ ରହିବାକୁ ପଡିବ meeting ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଡାକିକି ତାଙ୍କ ସହିତ କଥାବାର୍ତ୍ତା କରି ସେଥିପାଇଁ ତାକୁ ଆଭଏଡ କରିବା ପାଇଁ you can have telephonic conversation or Zoom meeting, online meeting. You have all this bandwidth facility in hand, so you can have the meeting. In that case, you are going to save the money, going to save the time, and you are going to save a lot of things, lot of energy. So that is the study he has done as part of scientific management. Time and motion study, eliminate unnecessary motion and identify the most time-saving technique. This is one technique. So like that, you can do a lot of things, lot of small things where you can save time and money. Eliminate unnecessary motion and identify the most time-saving techniques. Scientifically select and then train, teach, and develop the worker. कंपेयर किसी लोग को काम କରୁଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ଦରକାର ତାଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ ସ୍କିଲ୍ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ଦରକାର you know it suppose you have a different work ତମର ଗୋଟେ different approach ଅଛି different କାମ ଅଛି different machinery ଅଛି ତାକୁ ଅପରେଟ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ତାର ଗୋଟେ ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ଦରକାର କି ସ୍କିଲ୍ ଦରକାର ତମର ପିଲାମାନେ କି ଜାଣିନାହାନ୍ତି you have to provide the proper training and teach the people जे सब काम କରୁଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କୁ properly training ଦବ ତାକୁ coach କରିବ then they will develop, they will well equipped for that work. So you have to identify those training requirement, the training rate, cooperate. Another principle is cooperate. You have to cooperate people, cooperate with the worker so that all the work is being done in accordance with the principles of the science which has been developed. That means you are doing work with accordance with the training requirement and training need by the teacher, by the worker, whoever teaching, whoever working in the organization. So that is the one principle part of that scientific management. You have to identify the training need, what your people want to perform the work. Cooperation is the one thing I was telling. Suppose you are a worker, you have to cooperate with other co-worker and the owner of the company. So you have to help each other and cooperate each other by the work. Another principle is work division. Whenever you are working, you have to divide the work between the worker, between the owner. Suppose you are a manager and you are responsible for the work. You are responsible for the work. And you have to divide the work, and if you are a manager, you are not that you are only directing, you should know the work actually. So whenever your team member, your people are stuck in somewhere, they have a question, they have a doubt, they will ask, and you should able to help them, and you are well aware of the work. And you are taking the whole responsibility of the deliverables. So that is the division of work. So when you are dividing the work between you and your team member, you are making sure that you are taking the same responsibility what your team member is taking. ତୁମେ ମ୍ୟାନେଜର ହେଇକି ଖାଲି ବସିଲେ ହବନି। ତମ ଟିମ୍ ମେମ୍ବର ଯେତିକି କାମ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ତମେ ସେଇ ଅନୁସାରେ କାମ କରିବ। ଯଦି କାହାର କିଛି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହେଲା ଦେନ୍ ୟୁ ସୁଡ୍ ଏବଲ୍ ଟୁ ହେଲ୍ପ। ସିଏ ଯେତିକି ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି ତମେ ତାଙ୍କଠୁ ଅଧିକା ଜାଣିଥିବା ଦରକାର। That is the meaning of the work division. Cooperation, time motion study, training, coaching, and development. Development means career growth or learning. So all these things are principles are given by Taylor. The main drawback, you remember, what is Taylor's approach? ଯେମିତି ଗାନ୍ଧୀଙ୍କର approach को ଗାନ୍ଧୀଜିମ୍ କୁହାଯାଏ, ଗାନ୍ଧୀଜିମ୍। ସେମିତି ଟେଲରଙ୍କର approach को ଟେଲରିଜିମ୍ କୁହାଯାଏ। The main drawbacks is whatever approach he has concentrated entirely on productivity. କେମିତି ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟ୍ରିର ପ୍ରଡକ୍ସନ ବଢିବ, କେମିତି ଇକୋନୋମି ବଢିବ, ପ୍ରଫିଟାବିଲିଟି ବଢିବ, ତାଙ୍କର ସବୁ ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚ ଗୁଡା ସେଇ ଓରିଏଣ୍ଟେଡ। ମାନେ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟିଭିଟି କେମିତି ଲୋକଙ୍କର କ'ଣ ହବ, ଲୋକଙ୍କର ଯେ କାମ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କର ଅବସ୍ଥା କ'ଣ, ତାଙ୍କର ଦେହ ଭଲ ଅଛି କି ନାହିଁ। none of these are people centric. ତାଙ୍କର ଯେତିକ ଆପ୍ରୋଚ୍ ଅଛି, ଯେତିକ ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚ ଅଛି, is not people centric, only profit centric, the owner centric, factory centric. So that is the main drawback. So that is the reason neoclassical approach came, which is balancing between profit and the people. So in neoclassical approach, so we understand the people are important, whoever working in the organization, they are listening, they are working, they are important for the organization because their job, their time, their health is important for their work. So that is the reason neoclassical approach came into picture. We'll understand the neoclassical approach and then we'll understand the modern approach. What we'll do, we'll take a quick break here, then we'll complete the neoclassical approach in today's class. Scientific approach, which is known as classical approach, and then neoclassical approach. And what is the difference? Main difference is, one difference is classical approach is focusing is on profitability, on productivity, but the neoclassical approach is focusing on people, the team. So you'll understand different people approach in neoclassical approach. So we'll log in after 5 minutes in the same link. Then we'll discuss the neoclassical approach. Thank you.